There was a moment quiet, ancient, and long forgotten when something small drifted through space and changed the course of everything. Not with a crash, not with fire, but with quiet precision. Tonight, we'll follow that silent traveler. Chapter 1. A silent visitor. Close your eyes, just for a moment. Now imagine a sky without stars. A sky from 4.5 billion years ago. No moon, no gentle blue, only darkness, swirling gas, and fire. Back then, our solar system was still becoming. It wasn't calm. It was chaos. Dust spun wildly around a young sun. Giant rocks collided. Planets hadn't yet taken shape. It was not a place you could live, but it was full of beginnings. Among all this motion, something small drifted. Not a planet, not a comet, just a rock. Quiet, ordinary, slow. But on the inside, it carried something rare. We call it an asteroid. But long before names, long before eyes, it was simply moving. No oceans, no breeze. A silent traveler drawn toward a glowing, forming world. That world was Earth, but not the Earth. Picture it. A surface of molten rock. Red-hot rivers flowing across crust that never cooled. Volcanoes burst without warning. The air was thick with gas. No green, no blue, no life. And still, the asteroid came closer. It didn't arrive with violence. It didn't leave a massive crater. No explosion, no firestorm. Just contact. A moment. Pause here. A rock meets a planet. That's all. But in that moment, something changed. Because this asteroid wasn't empty. Inside it were fragments of carbon, amino acids, frozen water, maybe even the early letters of a chemical alphabet ready to be used. Not alive, but not meaningless. These types of rocks, called carbonaceous chondrites, are rich in organic material. Some scientists believe they carried the very seeds of life to Earth. They didn't bring animals or cells, but they brought the instructions, the starting tools. We often imagine that life started with a miracle, a sudden spark. But what if the spark came from space? Not in a day, or even a million years. Not in one bright flash, but in tiny pieces, delivered slowly over time. Take a breath. This asteroid may have landed in a shallow pool, or cracked open on a lava plain. Its contents mixed with steam, minerals, pressure ingredients already waiting. And that's when the magic began. Not all at once, but slowly, something started to form. Bonds, chains, patterns, and eventually, something more. The first pieces of life may have come from out there, long before we had words to wonder about it, and no one noticed. There were no witnesses, no memory, no records. But now, billions of years later, we can still trace the moment, not with photos, but with atoms. In ancient rocks, we find the same molecules. In meteorites like the one that fell in Murchison, Australia, scientists discovered over 90 amino acids, many not found naturally on Earth. They are reminders, pieces of the same story. You are part of that story. Your body holds the same carbon, the same oxygen, the same water that may have come from space. You are not just on Earth. You are Earth. And Earth is made from collisions, dust, and quiet gifts from far away. So tonight, as your thoughts slow, remember the beginning wasn't loud. It didn't arrive with thunder. It arrived silently, like a soft footstep in deep snow. One asteroid, one moment, and the world began to change. Chapter 2. Seeds of change. The asteroid didn't stay a visitor. Once it touched Earth, it became part of it, folded into the surface, mixed into the dust. And its story quiet as it was continued, because that rock wasn't just a rock. Inside it were molecules unfamiliar to early Earth, carbon chains, simple sugars, amino acids, the first instructions for something more. Not life, not yet, but potential. Pause here. Earth, at that time, was like a laboratory without a guide. It had energy, it had water from vapor and volcanic vents. But it needed a push-an ingredient not yet local. That push may have arrived from space, not once, but many times. Imagine a shallow pool, warm from geothermal heat, steam rising, bubbles forming, lightning flashing above, and in that soup molecules mix, some linked together, others drift apart. Most reactions go nowhere, but one tiny chain of molecules holds. It bends, it copies, it survives a little longer than the rest, and just like that, the first seed is planted. We may never know the exact location, the exact chain, but the process, we're starting to understand it. In labs today, scientists recreate the early conditions of Earth. They take simple compounds, some, like the ones found in meteorites like Murchison, and watch them build. Sometimes, all it takes is warmth. Other times, the right pH, or minerals from stone. And again, nature begins to organize itself. Not intelligently, not quickly, but with purpose. Take a breath. It's humbling to think of life beginning this way, not from grand design, but from patience. Not from a shout, but a whisper repeated for eons. And through all of it, space kept delivering more. The bombardment didn't stop. Other meteorites arrive, some carrying water, others nitrogen, even phosphorus, vital for the energy systems inside cells. Each one was a delivery, a quiet knock at Earth's door, and eventually, the door opened. Somewhere, somehow, simple molecules became self-replicating structures, maybe near hydrothermal vents, deep in the ocean, maybe on land, in warm puddles that dried and filled again. But once life began, it didn't stop. It grew. It changed. It evolved. From single cells to colonies, from soft tissue to shells, from the ocean floor to forest canopies, and finally to you. You are a collection of those ancient seeds. Carbon, water, salt, same as in the meteorites, same as in stars. Even your DNA, the code of your life, is built from patterns that could have begun in space. Pause. You're not just shaped by Earth's history, you're shaped by the universe. And maybe that's why the night sky feels so calming, so familiar, because deep inside, you remember without knowing. You remember drifting, falling, landing. You remember what it means to carry something quietly and let it grow. Chapter 3. A hidden legacy. The asteroid is long gone. It broke apart, melted, vanished into the rocks, the oceans, the chemistry of early Earth. But its legacy didn't disappear. It just became quieter. You won't see it on the surface. You won't hear it in the wind. But deep below, in stone and in time, that ancient visitor still speaks. Pause here. Across the world, scientists search for pieces of that history. In deserts, on mountaintops, and in Antarctica's frozen silence, they find them. Meteorites, dark stones with strange patterns inside. Some older than Earth itself. One of the most famous is the Murchison meteorite, which fell in Australia in 1969. Inside it, over 90 amino acids, many never seen in nature on Earth, and even more simple sugars, nitrogen bases, the kinds of molecules needed for RNA, called ALH 84001, was found in Antarctica. It came from Mars. And some scientists believe it holds fossil-like structures, tiny ridges, possibly signs of ancient life. We're still learning what they mean, but their message is clear. Life doesn't begin in isolation. It begins in connection. Earth didn't grow life alone. It had help from space, from time, from the quiet arrivals that fell before anyone was watching. Take a breath. Even now, those pieces are with us. Not just in museums or labs, but in us. Your body holds carbon just like the carbon in those meteorites. Your cells use nitrogen and phosphorus, both found in space rocks. Your water may have started its journey frozen in the shadow of an asteroid. We are walking archives of something far older than memory. Every breath you take holds atoms that were once part of stars. Every heartbeat echoes chemistry shaped by collisions long before Earth had oceans. And still, the sky continues to give. New meteorites fall every year. Most go unnoticed. Some are found. And inside them more patterns, more molecules, more clues to our own beginning. Pause again. In labs, researchers recreate the past. They heat these meteorites, add water, watch what happens. And again, life's building blocks begin to form. No magic, no spark, just chemistry. Patient, persistent, quiet. It's not about proving one moment. It's about understanding the pattern. how the universe folds into itself, how something as small as a rock can carry the memory of stars, and how that memory becomes us. The legacy of that asteroid is not in the crater it left. It's in every living thing that followed. You are made of the same materials that drifted through space for millions of years. The same dust, the same molecules, the same possibilities. And that changes how we see the world. The ground beneath your feet isn't just dirt, it's history. The water in your cup isn't just refreshment, it's memory. You are not apart from the cosmos. You are its continuation. So the next time you look up at the sky, remember, what once drifted above you, now lives inside you. A quiet legacy, still unfolding. Chapter 4. How many more? The asteroid that helped shape life wasn't the only one. It was just one voice in a much larger chorus. For hundreds of millions of years, the early Earth was not peaceful. It was under constant bombardment by asteroids, comets, space debris. This era, known as the late heavy bombardment, was chaotic, but also necessary, because every collision left something behind. Some brought water, locked in stone or ice. Others carried carbon, sulfur, or phosphorus ingredients life needs to grow. Together, they transformed a young, molten planet into a place that could one day support life. Pause here. We often imagine destruction when we hear the word asteroid, but some arrived softly, some broke up in the sky, some delivered their gifts like seeds on the wind. Not all collisions are violent. Some are beginnings in disguise. Imagine it, a dark sky, streaked with silent trails of light, each one a visitor, each one carrying potential. No two exactly the same, and yet, all part of the same story. Earth's atmosphere was still forming. Its surface was hot, cracked, unstable. But these ingredients kept arriving, and eventually, something began to change. Pools formed, steam rose, simple molecules began to meet each other, again and again, over millions of years. The same dance, the same chance. One day, something held together, a chain, a small structure that could copy itself. That was enough. From there, everything slowly followed. Single cells, oceans filled with microbes, organisms that adapted, split, evolved, all of it, starting from quiet deliveries from above. Take a breath. We may never know how many asteroids contributed, 1,000, 1,000,000, but we know they still come. Every year, meteorites fall to Earth. Most are small, tiny, even, but each one is a message, a memory. We collect them, study them, and still, they surprise us. Some hold amino acids, some hold water, some like the meteorite called Tajish Lake, which fell in Canada in 2000, contain compounds never seen before on Earth. Each one adds a new brushstroke to the picture of how life began, and reminds us how much we still don't know. Are there more out there? Definitely. Are they still drifting? Yes. Some pass close to Earth, others stay far away, circling quietly in the asteroid belt or beyond, and some, like Bennu and Ryugu, have already been visited by spacecraft, samples collected, secrets waiting to be uncovered. We're not just watching them anymore, we're reaching out, touching the past, bringing it home, because these aren't just rocks, they're reflections of us before we existed. Pause again. And Earth isn't the only world that receives them. Mars, too, was bombarded. We found ancient riverbeds, lake beds, minerals that formed in water. Could life have started there, the same way? We don't know, but the possibility is real. Farther out, moons like Europa and Enceladus hide, oceans beneath ice. They have heat, water, chemistry, and maybe the right impact at the right time changed everything. Life might not be rare. It might be what the universe does when the pieces fall into place, and sometimes, literally, they fall. So, tonight, think of this. Your body, your breath, your story, none of it began here alone. It's the result of thousands of quiet, millions of patient moments, a long, slow gift from space. You are built from borrowed time and distant dust, and there may be more still coming, more whispers, more seeds, more soft collisions that change everything, and no one notices until much later. Chapter 5. A soft echo. Sometimes the biggest changes begin quietly. No fire, no sound, no warning. Just a shift so soft, you only notice it much later. That's how the asteroid came. Not with chaos, not with destruction, just motion. It drifted slowly until it reached the early Earth, and when it touched down, the world changed. Not all at once, but enough. Enough to start something new. Pause here. We often expect meaning to come with noise, but the universe prefers silence. The most powerful moments don't shout. They echo softly, patiently, over time. The asteroid left no monument, no name carved in stone, but it left us. It became part of the oceans, the air, the roots of life. And even now, its legacy continues. Every year, hundreds of meteorites still fall to Earth. In 2013, a meteor exploded over Chelyabinsk, reminder of how close the sky really is. In Antarctica, where the ice preserves everything, scientists have found some of the oldest fragments of space rock on Earth. Each piece, a quiet message. We study them, and they answer in their own way. Carbon, water, metal, dust, the same ingredients that shaped us. We once thought life began only on Earth. Now we know better. It began everywhere. In the stars, in the rocks, in the drift between galaxies, in the soft footsteps of silent visitors. And you are the echo of those footsteps. Take a breath. Your body carries water older than the sun. Your cells run on atoms shaped by explosions long before the Earth formed. Your mind, your thoughts, your sleep tonight, all powered by things you cannot see. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need to understand it fully. You only need to feel it. The quiet connection between your breath and the stars, between your heartbeat and a rock that fell to Earth 4 billion years ago, and no one noticed. But it mattered. Pause again. Maybe that's how the universe speaks. Not in lightning or thunder, but in patient moments, in small impacts, in calm repetitions. You are here because of those moments. Because one asteroid fell, then another, and each one whispered, begin again. So tonight, as the world slows down, as your thoughts begin to drift, let that echo settle in. You are not alone, not separate, not random. You are a soft echo of ancient motion, a continuation of stardust, a quiet miracle that grew from silence. If this story gave you a moment of peace, you're welcome to stay. Return when the sky feels too wide, when your thoughts feel too loud. We'll still be here, drifting, listening, telling quiet stories from the stars.